for 5 years. This is Doc Edwards. We're talking One Belly Wednesday about how you can move from being able to have something that you really want but don't quite achieve into being the kind of parent or the kind of person that really sticks to their goals. In this One Belly Wednesday, what I'm going to share with you is how I totally used to fail on my resolutions. One of the biggest ones that I did was having to do with my diet. I thought that something like juicing would be something that was really important to do, but I never really followed through with it. I was kind of a dabbler. I would start something and then I would, they get busy and, oh, it's just too much cleanup, or I don't really want to buy the big bag of carrots. I find some kind of excuse for not being able to follow through with it. I had a juicer that wasn't really good, or maybe the juice was hot, it took too long, so I put it in the fridge. Juicing is a really good example for how I moved from not being able to do something and stick with it with consistency to something that I just do on a regular basis. Now, the juicing thing, when we talk about glyconutrition in our preconception classes, we really talk a lot about ways to build our health through things like the insides of fruits and vegetables. They're really, really healthy for us, the stuff that's on the inside of that cell wall. And so we really try to get people to really take in as much of that as we possibly can. You can certainly eat that stuff. You can even blend that stuff with something like a Vitamix, but juicing is the most effective and efficient way, honestly, to be able to get that delivered into your cells. And so I knew about it and I just didn't have enough leverage on myself. I thought, oh, well, it sounds like it's a good way to be healthy, but I didn't really, on the inside, have the emotional leverage which you need in order to make any kind of transformative change. That wasn't until I did one thing. That one thing was that I changed how I saw myself. For a while, what I would do is I would see myself as someone who was trying juicing. When I decided to become someone who juices, notice the difference between trying and someone who does. That shift in who I was, like my actual being itself, I like thinking about it. If you remember the Matrix movie, where Keanu Reeves gets in there with Lawrence Fishburne and they're sitting there having this conversation about, hey, why do I look this way? And he goes through this big spiel about, well, this is your digital projection of who you think you are. The way that your mind sees yourself, this is the image you have. I think that's the reason why a lot of people end up failing in physical New Year's resolutions, whether it's to lose a certain number of pounds between this year and next year, eating a certain way this year versus where they were next year. The question that I'll ask our patients, the question that I'll ask our parents is, if this is the condition that you have going on right now, and we are a year from now, and you say this is the best year you've ever had, what changed? What were the behaviors? How did you shift who you were? What kind of things moved inside of your life in order to make this the best year that you've ever had? And the next step from that is making the decisions about what you need to be or change or do in order to have that happen. I'm really good at setting myself short-term goals. Like if I had let's say a class reunion or a wedding or something I needed to like work out for. I was really good at working out right up until that point, but then afterwards my change wouldn't stick. Because one of the things I didn't see myself as is a person who regularly meditates or someone who regularly juices or does yoga or exercises until I shifted my own self-perception. When I started seeing myself as a juicer or a CrossFitter or spiritual and in active practice with that, that was the point in time when I had the mental shift that helped me on those days I wanted to hit the snooze button, get that emotional leverage, because I knew that by getting stronger, I would have less downtime due to injury. By helping my cells, I'd have less downtime to be sick. By helping my inner calm and peace, I would be less angry as a father and a better boss and more patient. And all of those had benefits to me. They helped that big year. I wanted serenity in my life. I wanted flexibility and comfort in my body. I wanted to be able to be healthy and strong the same way that my patients were. And so I had to shift that mental image of myself in order to get there. So here we are. It's a new year. It's a new you. And some of you are pregnant. Some of you have new kids in your life, right? All of those things that are going to happen for you in 2021. It's a nice time to sit back and reflect on, here we are at this place where a lot of people start wavering their New Year's resolutions. They're finding they didn't get enough leverage on themselves. And so I'm using this One Belly Wednesday as a reminder to you about one of the most easy success building tips that you can make. It has everything to do with the adjustment that happens right in between your ears. So if you have somebody that you are an accountability partner with or an accountability partner for, if you have a partner that you know is going through their changes, if you have somebody that you'd like to work with, whether it's in work or business, or it's something that you're doing as a parent that you want to shift so that you can be a better parent, share these kinds of videos with them. We come every Wednesday to you live on Facebook and on YouTube. And I'm happy to share this kind of information or answer questions about change in the comments. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys soon.